So guys, it's JD here again, back for another video. The New York Comic Con panel featuring the Dragon Ball Super movie and the live reveals, it's finally wrapped up. And boy, am I excited. Well, we got tons of new character designs and sheets. We finally got adult Dende, who actually looks very similar to not only the End of Z Dende counterpart, but also the Dragon Ball Online character design that was done by Akira Toriyama. We also got Bulma, who looks very similar to her future timeline counterpart. She's wearing a Capsule Corp uniform, looks very similar to her hairstyle, is very similar to Dragon Ball Super. But again, we are inching closer and closer to the End of Z, otherwise known as the Peaceful Times arc. We also got confirmation of the Whis. Whis is in this film. Vegeta is in this film, although no designs were shown. At least not in the anime character design or a 2D design. We did get a figure, which I'll show later in the video. We have confirmation of Son Gohan's family. Gohan was not shown in the trailer or in the panel reveal, but we have confirmation that he will be in the film. We also got the names of the new characters, the ones that were revealed at the earlier events. So these cyborg superhero or supervillain looking characters are actually officially named Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. Now, as far as the inspiration for why they're called Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, Gamma is a Greek letter. You see it a lot in physics. It's used as the symbol for light and other forms of electromagnetic radiation. Whether these characters have some kind of light-based fighting style, I don't know. I think it's just a numbering convention similar to the androids are for the Jinzo Negans, right? Android 17, 18, 16, 19, and 20, and so on. I'll go into my theories about that shortly, but we also got I guess you can call it the first real trailer for the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie. This trailer features a closer look at what the CGI is going to look like. In the panel, they did reveal that there are completed portions of this film. Whether that means that it's completely done, polished, no further editing necessary, I don't know. I just know that it's completed. But even with how it looks right now, it looks good. At least in terms of the CGI quality. There are some really good shots in the trailer where you can see how fast paced the action will be. And there's also a combination of 2D stills, right? There's some stills of Pan. She looks very well drawn. One thing I liked is the backdrops. The environmental backdrops are really detailed. Whether that's where their entire budget went into, I don't know. But the plainy grasslands, Capsule Corporation, Piccolo's mountain area, they all look very good. And there's a lot of attention to detail. Like we saw with Piccolo's mailbox and things of that nature. We also, in the trailer, there's a couple of taglines. The first one is a new crisis, and it's followed by shots of what appears to be the Red Ribbon Army. That's right, the Red Ribbon Army is in this film. Last we saw them in the OG Dragon Ball, they were destroyed by Son Goku. The bases were destroyed. Commander Red was killed by Commander Black, and most of the Red Ribbon Army kind of went into, there could have been, faction cells and things like that, which they might do, but for the most part, Red Ribbon Army was destroyed. Dr. Gero did his own thing with his androids leading up to Cell, in canon, the Red Ribbon Army was destroyed in the original Dragon Ball manga, so the fact that they're coming back now is very interesting. Now, here's the thing. In Dragon Ball Online, which I've made some comments on social media and other Dragon Ball YouTubers such as Geekdom, I talked about how I think this film and what leads after is going to go into the Dragon Ball Online territory, which is what Dragon Ball Xenoverse and Super Dragon Ball Heroes use, because most of the stuff in those timelines is set after End of Z or Peaceful Times. I think this Red Ribbon Army, or this resurrection of the Red Ribbon Army, it's very possible that they could be the Red Pants Army, which is what they're dubbed as in the Dragon Ball Online game. I'll get into that a little bit later. In the trailer, we also see a cool scene with I think it's one of the Gamma characters. I think it's Gamma 2. Um, Gamma 2 looks like it's attacking Piccolo's area. Piccolo is actually training Pan, by the way, which is really cool. He's having the mentor relationship, but we do know he's going to play a larger role in this film, much more than he did in Broly, much more than he did in Battle of Gods and Resurrection F. So this is very good for Piccolo fans. One thing that we didn't see, at least I didn't notice initially, was in the trailer, there is a scene with Goku doing, some training on Beerus's planet. However, he isn't just training by himself. He's training with none other than Broly. That's right, Dragon Ball Super's Broly, the Broly that was left at the end of the film, who Goku told him that he would like to train with him again. This is actually happening in this film. This is a very good thing. This is great news for most fans because a lot of fans are still turned off by this film's direction, the slice of life, the CGI. And so having a character like that and having his story continue, leaves room for a lot of possibilities. Will Broly have a mastered or controlled Super Saiyan form now? Is he going to be training to tap into God power? Will we see Super Saiyan God Broly, Super Saiyan Blue Broly, or who knows what we might see? Only time will tell. Again, we see Piccolo training this time with, Pan. I really like that Piccolo is having a much larger role, and it's actually kind of funny because the Son Goku family, the Son Gohan family, they've all been trained by demons, right? Piccolo is a demon. There's this demon kind of theme with their family, right? Mr. Satan or Hercule. Adele, who's her name spelled backwards, means the devil. Pan in this trailer, she's wearing a shirt that has a logo of the devil, which is something that DBS Videl wears. So again, there's like this demon relationship with the Son Gohan family, which I like. But to me, the most interesting thing in this trailer so far is the Red Ribbon Army. They are plotting behind the scenes, and the question is, what are they plotting? I think, and this is tying in with the Dragon Ball Online game, which again, for those who don't know, this game is something that was considered canon for a very long time because Toriyama worked on it. Everything he published, every design was done by Toriyama and approved by Toriyama. Now, why is the Red Ribbon Army in this film? Why are they back to, why do they have a powerful presence? It looks like, they have these ships and cars and luxurious things. They must have money now. So what happened? How did they build back their level of power? I think it's a combination of many things. It could be that the Red Ribbon Army, or this new army, they used the Dragon Balls maybe. Maybe they developed a device that could find them, and they made a wish, possibly in this film or off screen. Maybe they used the remnants of Dr. Gero's tech, right? Spy technology, right? Similar to with Cell, the creation of Cell, which I'll get into a little bit later. But the point is, in this film, I think from a narrative point of view, I think they're setting up some kind of plot point where Goku, Vegeta, Majin Buu, Mr. Satan, and Piccolo, they're all framed as bad guys, super villains, if you will. Because in the trailer, there's snapshots of a device that is showing images of Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, Majin Buu, and Hercule, or Mr. Satan, and they're all like, it's like character data, like it's like stats and stuff. And they're all like having evil smirks, almost like it's like a like a news report, like, oh, this fugitive is out, So it looks like, so why would they do this? How would this work? Well, remember, Piccolo, Vegeta, and Buu were all once villains, and the citizens of Dragon Ball don't actually know their true nature, their true origin. All the adventures of Son Goku and the Z Fighters, Piccolo Jr. In the case of Piccolo Jr., this was once Goku's greatest foe, and being the reincarnation of Piccolo Dalmao, or King Piccolo. Piccolo was once known as an evil entity that terrorized the earth. Piccolo Jr. also shared in those memories, being in part the reincarnation, and tried to carry them out, joining the Budokai tournament and trying to kill Goku and get revenge for killing his father. And as for Fat Buu, after the defeat of Majin Buu, remember they had to use a wish to cleanse or erase the memories that they had of Fat Buu, because he destroyed cities, and then his evil counterpart Majin Buu, Kid Buu, literally killed and destroyed the Earth and was terrorizing the other world. So the people of Earth were aware of this because they were literally a part of the struggle to generate enough Genki for the Spirit Bomb, or Genki Dama, to then kill Majin Buu using the assistance of Mr. Satan. So there's that. And then as for Vegeta, well, Vegeta came to Earth seeking the Dragon Balls and was trying to destroy the Earth. And recent, in the Buu arc, remember when Vegeta gave his soul to Majin Buu to become, or to Babidi to become Majin Vegeta. Remember, he went to the tournament to try and fight Goku to get his reunited, his long-awaited rematch with Goku, who had been training for 7 years. He wanted to prove he was the best. Remember, to go Goku into fighting him, he had to kill civilians. He killed many people at the world tournament stage. So, and people remembered that. Or at least, if I recall, they might have used the wish to erase those memories. But Vegeta, is by no means a perfect character. And then as for Goku, well, Goku destroyed the Red Ribbon Army. So, they obviously have a revenge factor for Goku. So all these characters have something in common with the fact that they may have been portrayed as villains, or they have some kind of bad history or some kind of bad connection with the Red Ribbon Army. So there's that. And so the reason I'm saying all this is that this Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, they're definitely cyborgs of some sort. They're artificially enhanced, or they were created or in league with this Red Ribbon Army to defeat these super villains, referring to the Z Fighters. These characters, definitely do really feel like cyborg heroes. They could be cyborg villains, we don't know. They could be very similar to the androids that we've seen in the original Dragon Ball, which is another cool thing. Like, what if these androids, or what if Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 are like, it's similar to Cell, where maybe they had spy drones that collected blood samplers or whatever of Goku and Vegeta's battles in Super, and now we have stronger templates to create new and more powerful androids. Thus Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. That could explain, if you're a power scaler, that would explain maybe why they're able to fight with Goku and Vegeta if they are in this film. I think Goku and Vegeta are in this film, but it's a minimum role. I think Goku and Vegeta are just mainly on Beerus' homeworld, training with Broly and who else? We don't know. Because that's the more serious stuff, right? That's the stuff that is a direct consequence of the Broly movie, the Moro arc, and the Granola arc. So if you're a fan of the manga and you've been following the Super manga, if you go into this film, you're going to like that stuff, because that's the stuff that takes place after Granola, in my opinion. And then if you like the slice of life stuff, well, then you get the Son Gohan, and then this Gamma 1 and 2 character thing. But I'm sure Goku will make an appearance, as will Vegeta, maybe even Broly, to combat Gamma 1 and 2 if they are too strong for Gohan, Piccolo, and who else. But another thing about this film is, I think it's a play on the Buddhist Taoist false saint, which if you don't know what a false saint is in this Taoism point of view, its character is specifically tailored and created to embody and reflect the Western conceptions and views of justice, revenge, truth, anything that involves pushing your will onto others, or in turn the universe. This is a big plot point that we've seen actually all throughout Dragon Ball, right? Piccolo, Vegeta, Frieza, Android, Cell, Majin Buu, Beerus, Zamasu, Jiren. Even Jiren is a false saint, right? And even even Granola, if you're caught up with the Granola arc. All these characters have this whole like false saint kind of thing that they do, because again, Dragon Ball is rich in cultural references to those things. But anyways, and to put it simply, it's just characters that are heroic, or they're too prideful in their notions of justice. So basically fastidiousness. and so that they view Goku or the characters in question in some bad view, right? Like just like in the Tournament of Power, where Goku was viewed as a bad guy because he set up the Tournament of Power, right? Or in relation to the Red Ribbon Army, well, he destroyed the Red Ribbon Army. So in short, these characters definitely seem similar to the androids. They could be like another bio android like Cell. We don't know. And I and many others like Jordan Lee, we think this film will probably heavily feature the false saint thing, which is a good thing. It's always been done well, in my opinion. But I'm really excited because it looks like the Dragon Ball Online stuff is being used. So we may see Gohan's book on Ki. We may see the Majin race, right? Fat Boo later on gets lonely and uses the Love beam to create a female Majin Buu, Miss Buu. And then they start the Majin race. We also have Namekians on Earth later on in the timeline. Krillin restarts the Turtle School. Tien with his Crane School, which we've already seen in Dragon Ball Super when they were trying to recruit Tien. And then Trunks and Goten, when they're older, they start a Sword School. So this is all stuff that probably won't be in the film, but it's setting it up. And for those I don't know, Dragon Ball Online is a game that was created in 2010, I believe. It's set in the age 1000, which is 216 years after the 28th Budokai tournament, age 784, I think. And, it directly follows from the Peaceful Times arc, otherwise known as the End of Z. Like I said, Majin Buu starts the Majin race. Mechians have fled to Earth because of Mira and the Time Breakers and all of that. And then, like I said, the Z Fighters start their own martial arts school, and then Gohan writes his book on Ki. So all this eventually leads to the idea that the Earthlings eventually get trained. Why is this important? Well, if you remember Gowasu's speech about mortal levels, right, about the developments of the universe, right, when he's talking to Zamasu, he mentions how, like if you give the barbarians, right, the caveman dinosaur that they were viewing with the time ring, well, give them a couple years and they start to develop a civilization, a cultural, a written language, and things like that. And that actually did happen, but Zamasu didn't want to view those things because of these, they're still not perfect. They're not gods, right? Obviously Earth and the citizens of Earth, they're technologically advanced thanks to Capsule Corporation and Bulma's family, but they're not very knowledgeable on Ki like Goku and the other Z Fighters. That's where we need to go. We need to go in that direction where the Earthlings start to develop, sophisticated martial arts, and then, are able to really help with the Z Fighters if Goku and Vegeta are not there. They could be setting up those plot points. So this is really cool. This whole thing with the developments of the Mortal Universe that started in the Goku Black arc. We've seen that sprinkled in with the Tournament of Power, with Mortal levels, and I expect things like that to continue going on with the Dragon Ball Super manga and possibly this film. But I also think this film will also address the Son Goku's pureness, right? His pure heart, his Kokido, right? And how he's viewed as a hero both in the East and the West. This film, like others I've talked about, Carthu and Geekdom and others, it will focus primarily on what Pan views as being a hero. Is she going to be a scholar like Gohan, or is she going to be a martial artist like Mr. Satan, her grandfather, or Goku, her grandfather? Which route is she going to go? I think in this film she will decide to be a martial artist because we see her very privy to that in the End of Z, or Peaceful Times. So I think that's what we're going to see. Again, guys, let's not judge the film until it's released. But anyways, I'm very excited. I'm very excited for this film. If it's anything like Battle of Gods, I'm going to be very, very happy. And if this is set 1 year before End of Z, if this segues into the tournament, like maybe there's like a credits where it's like it's rolling clips of the Oob fight, like this could be really cool. Like I trust Toriyama. Toriyama's heavily involved. He's actually the most involved he's ever been in this film, or films thus far. So let's give it a chance, guys. But anyways, this is JD signing out, and I'll see you guys again with more upcoming videos on the Dragon Ball Super manga and my other projects. Stay tuned, guys. Bye, guys.